Let's see here. Our next storyteller to the stage is Mr. T.J. Clark. Mr. T.J. Clark's philosophy on life is not to sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things. Everybody, please welcome Mr. T.J. Clark.
I made an important decision a few years ago that left me with so much shame and embarrassment, I kept it a secret for years. And I figured, what better place to purge these emotions than a ballroom full of strangers? So I'm just gonna come out and say it. I wrote Twilight fan fiction. To be fair, I did it to save my marriage. Spoiler alert, I am no longer married. Not because I was bad at it though, because I was good. Maybe a little too good. Let me take you back. 7 or 8 years ago, we're at peak Twilight, and my wife is in deep. Fan fiction is all the rage. It is the way of the Twilight girls expressing their hidden love, and my wife wants a slice of that sparkly pie. So she asked me to help her out, which was a big deal because we got married young. We had 3 kids before we were 30. Our marriage was struggling and suffering. So she said it'll be a bonding experience. And I said, but I haven't read a single page of Twilight. Well, I do know everything about it because you talk about it all the goddamn time. And then she says, I'll let you write kinky sex scenes. And I said, okay, I'm in. Now, it was the thing to do for all fan fiction writers to have a Twitter alias, right? So our girl was named Fluffernutter. And Fluffernutter had the characteristics of everything that our marriage lacked. She was bold, she was adventurous, she was blunt, she was, for lack of a better word, a rowdy bitch. And writing her tweets was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. And I'm thinking, holy shit, this might work, right? So my wife writes the first chapter of the fanfic. Bella is a new housewife. Edward is a carpenter. There was lots of euphemisms about wood, nailing, hammering. You get the point. After 1 chapter, my wife got a little bored with it and decided to quit, which is a pretty good fucking metaphor for her view on our marriage, I might add. But she didn't quit altogether. She said, why don't you write a few chapters and maybe you'll inspire me to pick it back up. So now not only am I trying to save Bella and Edward's relationship, but I'm also trying to save my own. So I made the decision to toss all rules out the window and begin chapter 2. Chapter 2 begins with Bella and Edward missing. Their family is searching for them in the woods. They stumble upon a cabin. They look in the cabin window. On the bed in the cabin is Bella and Edward, and they're frozen in this vibrating weird, echo pause freakness, right? Now again, I hadn't read a single fucking page of Twilight. And I wasn't the greatest listener as a husband, but I do remember something about telepathy, right? So basically, Bella and Edward are frozen in this simultaneous multi-orgasmic echo loop. Bella has a climax, which sends Edward to climax, which makes Bella orgasm harder, and Edward goes soaring and on and on and on and on until they erupt and bust a big sex hole in the space-time continuum. And that's when my Twilight fanfiction became a Quantum Leap fanfiction. I don't know if you're familiar with a lovable 90s show. The main character hopped from life to life and time to time as he fulfilled these life goals. Well, Bella and Edward did that, but instead of doing something fulfilling, they just had to have a simultaneous orgasm. They just humped their way through history. It was freaky, it was batshit crazy. Twilight girls fucking loved it. We got reviewed by a popular blog. We got even more followers. Fluffernutter was hot shit. Now, the most popular fanfic writer at the time was named Snow Queen's Ice Dragon. She wrote a popular fanfic known by its acronym MOTU. It stood for Master of the Universe, which had nothing to fucking do with He-Man, by the way. But one day, she followed us on Twitter, and my wife got so excited. It was the most happy I've ever seen her. I thought, holy shit, this is working. I can feel the sparks happening already. Now, a very popular Twitter account tweeted out, "You guys must read Fluffernutters fanfic. It is essential. It might even be hotter than Motu." Now, I replied in full Fluffernutter character, feisty and fiery, and I replied, "Motu, that piece of shit." The world burned that night. Twitter girls freaked out. I got crazy messages. I got secret DMs. Snow Queen's Ice Dragon was pissed off and blocked me. My wife was mortified and deleted our fan fiction. My Twilight fanfic days were over. My marriage, due to many other reasons, was soon to follow. Now, Master of the Universe got a book deal. They changed some names, and you now know it as 50 Shades of Grey. Snow Queen's Ice Dragon became E.L. James, who's now a multi-millionaire. I got divorced and moved in with my parents, so our lives basically ended up in the same place. Basically. Sure, I have to explain to my children why their mommy left, but at least I didn't write that piece of shit 50 Shades of Grey. Thank you. And there is one good thing that came out of this series of bad decisions, and that is that I never have to hear about fucking Twilight again. I'm TJ Clark. Thank you everybody so much.